Nestled on the corner of Kenmore and Berwyn sits Epworth United Methodist Church, and while this may seem like any United Methodist church that's been around for 120 years, it's one that thrives in a neighborhood that significantly identifies with the LGBTQ community. I sat down with the church's pastor to find out how a sect of Christianity that traditionally opposes homosexuality can exist in such a community. On the United Methodist Church website, just the overarching website, there were a couple quotes on the human sexuality page that the first one said, "We affirm that sexuality is God's gift to all persons," but then later on the page it says that the United Methodist Church does not condone the practice of homosexuality and considers this practice incompatible with Christian teaching. So my first question to you is, are these contradictory statements, and how does Epworth view / interact with the LGBT community?
Well, as a church, we affirm the equality of all human beings. Either you are black, red, yellow, we believe that all of us, we are children of God. And then when it comes to the issue of sexuality, we believe that this is a gift from God. You are heterosexual, maybe I am homosexual. We feel that this is a gift that God has given individual. And because of that, that one surpasses whatever discrimination that comes underneath. So now the issue of the second statement about we don't condone homosexuality in the church, it depends, the issue now is one of kind of contradictory issues, and it is still controversial within our churches all over the country. While many of us affirm the quality of all people of God, we still have some conservative ones that still believe that homosexuality is not to be a practice in Methodist Church. But now coming home to Epworth Church. Epworth Church is reconciling congregation, which means that among some of our churches in Northwestern District, we have some churches that are designated as reconciling congregation, meaning that we affirm the equality of all human beings. Sexuality, races, gender, we don't discriminate against anybody. And so that is why if you go out there and look at the signboard, you will see a kind of rainbow symbol there.
The P flag, yeah.
So like flag. So that is kind to let you know that we are open to LGBT.
How is this going forward? What is the next step to bringing about this full, just generalized equality for everybody across the border?
Well, that's a big question. But it takes some years before we're able to reach the level we are now. And, as I've said earlier on, the hierarchy of the church, the General Conference meets every 4 years. So another General Conference is coming soon in 2012. So in order to prepare for that, that is where the decision is made for the whole church. And that is where the constitution is made. We have what we call Book of Discipline. That is our constitution. So what we are doing now is to be able to reach out to some churches who are yet to be reconciling congregation in order for them to know why we should do what we should do. Last year, the vote was we were a little bit turnover. That's part of what you read from the website. Okay. But this year, Allah, we are working towards it. And many people are being contacted, many seminars being done, many conventions being done in order to educate people to see beyond where they are when it comes to the discriminatory aspect of homosexuality. And with what is going on now, I think by the time we go to General Conference next year, we will be able to secure enough votes in order to turn this particular aspect of our discipline over. And with that, Because to me, I don't see why that there should be any. There's, remember in those days, there are so many laws in the church whereby they excommunicated some people because of some little things. And after many years, these issues that they were excommunicated with became a kind of norm in the church. And so, what is going on? You remember everything that is going on in the church is probably from one or two people just decided that, okay, this is not according to this part of the Bible. What about the other part of the Bible? There are so many issues in the Bible that everybody will find something to support his or own idea. And that is what we need to work on, to let them know that when you are reading part of this Bible, you should put the other parts of the Bible together and be able to reconcile it. In reconciling the differences, you will be able to come to the bigger picture, which is the love of God. And that is it.
Willie Robinson Smith, Northwestern News.